Thank you, eHealth team. Thank you everyone for making it after lunch. I hope my presentation would be good and would be interesting. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to stand in front of you to deliver this address. So the topic that I choose today, not a corporate presentation because you can know about my company and what we do if you go to my website, amiindia.co.in. But I wanted to have a presentation that is more about healthcare. So the topic that I choose today was, is it healthcare or health cure? And what kind of a business are we in? So the topic is healthcare, no, health cure, the sickness business. So normally before I start the presentation, I always start with a prayer. Please allow me to start the prayer. Jnananandamayam devam nirmala spadigakratim Adaram sarva vidyanam ayagriva upasmahe Saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarubini Vidyarambam karisyamin sittir bhautame sada. Thank you. So this presentation will have 3 agenda items. The first item, whether it is healthcare or health cure, and what is meant by transforming care, and what is the role of digitization in the overall picture. So care or cure, this is the debate that is ongoing always. So when you say care, normally mother's care is all about something not happening to the child. You take every step to ensure that your child is safe. Mother's care is never about the child having a disease and trying to cure it. Care is always about prevention. Care is always about not allowing a disease or symptom to affect. Whereas cure is always about helping the sick person become healthy again. Something has gone bad and you want to bring that person back healthy. So is it healthcare? When you say healthcare, what does it mean? Today, healthcare, we are talking only about cure. We are only talking about person getting sick and we want to get the person out of the sickness and being well. Whereas healthcare should be about prevention and not having anybody get into the sickness. So the whole healthcare, in my mind, is nothing but a cure. So indicates the current system of healthcare is nothing but a cure business, and it is truly a business of dealing with sickness, or it is a sickness business. There is a common term WHO uses in order to identify the productivity of the people, and it is measured using this parameter called disability adjusted life years. What does it mean? What is the true potential of an individual to live the life to the fullest? So infant mortality means the child, which should have been a grown-up man, lived till 90, 100, died at a very young age. That means so many years of productive life is lost. Somebody met with an accident, which means they became disabled. That means they lose so much of their life and their life of productivity. So what is how many years of productive life and how many years of normal life that was lost? That is a calculation that is done by WHO, and this is done for all the countries across the globe. So let's analyze this. Look at the population of the world in 2000. We are around 6.08 billion, and in 2012 we are 7.08 billion. Life expectancy was 66.4 years by then, and now it is 70.5. And the amount of spending that is done on health care, I want to mention care, was around 2.96 trillion in year 2000, and it is 7.25 trillion in year 2012. So in the 10 years, it has already doubled, more than doubled. Look at the disability adjusted life years. When you have more than 100% of money being spent on the care, what do you expect? Disabilities to come down? More people living healthy? You see the reverse here. Whatever money that has been spent on the health care has only increased more people living with disabilities. You had around 1.382.80 people or 82 years lost. Now we are having around 3,000 years lost, 3,000 million years lost. And if you look at it, this disability causes across the globe a GDP loss of somewhere around 43.4 trillion by 2030. So this raises the interesting question. So we are spending money. Why the quality of life has not improved? 3 times increase in the spending. This is not my data, it is all from WHO. So why the DALYs are not coming down? Where is the spending happening? And why it is not effective in bringing that care? Is today's healthcare system completely flawed? Are we having a real healthcare system? Yes, today's healthcare system is fundamentally flawed. It is why. Here is why. Because we miss the aspect of care. We are only going for cure. When I was growing up, my grandma always used to say, prevention is better than cure. Varumun kaapadu nallathu. When something happens, you can only fix it. You can fix it to some extent, but you can never recover back to the full state where it was before. And healthcare revenue model is based on level of sickness. If somebody has a spine injury, 10 lakhs. If somebody has a heart injury, like if somebody has to do an angioplasty, 5 lakhs. If somebody has a kidney issue, 10 lakhs. If somebody's liver needs to be replaced, 44 lakhs. Because we want to fix it. But we never stop from people getting into that disease. And here is a pie chart. You look at it, 93% of the spending goes for cure. And only 7% of the money is spent on prevention. And this is based on the Forrester report. So, doctors, clinics, they all have single point of data and they get sued whenever there is a misdiagnosis. So the liability of care constantly increases. You cannot go to a hospital and say, oh, please do it free for me or do it cheap. Because if there is some mistake that happens, nobody is going to spare that hospital or the doctor for their life. There is always going to be the liability of care. So, why? The other important thing is, whenever there are a lot of surgeries and whenever you have a lot of sick patients, you are going to create a lot more biomedical waste. Biomedical waste is a major threat. You have toxins, you have plastic, which means you are going to pollute the environment more and more. Let us think now what we would do in these scenarios. In your car dashboard, engine oil light is blinking. Will you continue driving that vehicle? Or will you stop and then take it to the mechanic and check it? The tire pressure indicator is popping. Will you continue driving that vehicle? How many of you? Diesel generator is coming up for maintenance. Will you continue running the diesel generator without maintaining it? Your Mercedes-Benz or Maserati or any of the high-end car may cost you a couple of crores. For crore or a 5 lakh vehicle, you are ready to do anything possible to keep it in top shape. What about your own health? What is the cost of your health? Some people say you cannot put a price on your health. And some people say it is trillions of dollars. Right? APJ Abdul Kalam's health, what you will put a price on it? You cannot put a price on it. But for a small car of 5 lakh rupees, we are ready to do every single thing possible to take care of it. We all know prevention is better than cure. Nobody has taught us. But we don't, when it comes to health, we don't look for the prevention, we only look for the cure. I want to show a couple of examples where care is put in the back seat. Road accidents. In India, every 1.1 minutes somebody is involved in a road accident. And every 3.84 minutes somebody is killed in a road accident. I was not sure whether I could make it to the event today because day before yesterday, my Mohan Chitaba met with a road accident. Now he is in the ICU of Sundara Medical Foundation. And for the last 3 days, he is not able to open his eyes and he is still unconscious. Yesterday we spine surgery and a neck surgery and a face surgery. Just because of not wearing a helmet when you are going on the road. The cost of the helmet would have costed somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 rupees. But the cure is going to be around 12 to 15 lakhs, and whether you are going to recover 100% is again a question. So again, think about it. Whose fault is it? Hospital, government, or the individual? When we don't take care as a serious thing, the only alternative available is cure, and we blame everybody for not giving the proper cure, but it is who we have to be blamed that we have not taken the step towards the care. I cannot stress anymore on this. 90% of the communicable diseases, I would say, happens because of air, water, and noise. Right? You have diarrhea, you have typhoid, you have malaria, you have like many a dengue, many of these communicable diseases. Can we prevent these diseases? Yes. Keep your environment clean. Put the trash in the proper place. Make sure the water is not polluted with the chemicals and with the, having everything getting polluted. Now, government has announced Swachh Bharat campaign. Said, please clean up the areas, make sure you are living in a healthy environment, don't do open defecation, build toilets. But is it up to us? Do we want that to be a fashion statement or really care about it? You can say, I don't want to clean my place, which means you are going to be the reason for mosquitoes breeding, and which is going to be the reason for many of these disease conditions happening, and they can travel. So even if your place is clean and your neighbor is not keeping the place clean, it is going to travel and come and hit you. So prevention is cheap. Disposing the trash in the proper way, not throwing on the road and not splitting on the road, and just following some basic hygiene, you can prevent instead of getting into the cure where you need to spend a lot of money in terms of surgery and recovery and then getting into anemic and all those kind of conditions. So transform from health cure to health care. How you can move away from cure to care. Care is all about prevention. Every single step think about prevention. And it is about being well. You have to be healthy. Prevention is always better than cure. In quality, we always say, what is the price of non-conformance? Price of non-conformance is more cheaper than trying to have a product recall and fix everything. But there is some amount of investment required, but that will be comparatively a less investment. A 2,000 rupee helmet can save a 15 lakh heart surgery. It is more to do with the attitude. If you can prevent, why you want to go for a cure? Keep promoting wellness and promote good health. And we should consistently encourage people to live a healthy life. We should consistently encourage people to lead a healthy life. We should never say that, okay, if something goes bad, we can fix it. Fix is never going to be 100%. So spend on activities, good food, products and solutions to help you keep healthy, and facilities to keep a tab on your health. Doing a master health checkup at least once a year is very, very important. That is the first step that you can take towards the cure. You can take towards the care. So together we can always work together to reduce the disease burden by constantly monitoring our own health. Who has more interest about your health? You or somebody? It's our own health, and we need to take the necessary steps in order to care for it. So, how digitization helps in health transforming care? Why digitization? What is the role of digitization in transforming care? As Peter Drucker says, if you can't measure it, you cannot improve it. You have to constantly measure. If you are going for an Olympic and if you are going to be in the running race, you have to constantly measure how quick you are running. Progress report. So your health also requires measurement. When you are having the car dashboard is giving you the measurements. So you need to regularly measure. So regular vitals monitoring, regular health checkup is going to help you in maintaining your body and mind in good state and good fitness. So it will help you to identify all those silent killers. So if I know my BP is coming somewhere around 130, 85, and I know that, okay, I'm going to become an hypertensive patient, I am already a pre-hypertensive patient, will you think, will I continue living my life taking all those oily junk foods and carbonated beverages? Or will I start walking more? Will I do dieting more? And will I try to bring back my BP below 120 by 80? If I know I am crossing the sugar level somewhere around 100 to 110, will I continue eating all those jalebis and foods which I know is very tasty? No, I will stop it because I will look at my children. I want to be there for my children till my last time. And I want to be hale and healthy for them, because if I am becoming sick, I am going to put them in trouble. If you think about your children, if you think about your dependents, you will never do something which is bad, which is going to cause a frustration or a pain for your dependents. Identify the right diet and lifestyle. The more important goal is like, okay, it is not about work, it is not about anything, it is about leaving this world with fully lived. Every moment has been lived to the happiness and leading a very healthy and a happy life. Till the last minute of the deathbed, the person should feel, yes, I have lived my life to the fullest. All those beautiful memories are coming near the eyes and says, yes, I have lived my life, I am leaving this world peacefully. So, Qualcomm Tricorder is a competition that has been recently launched in United States. So the goal of the competition was to build a set of consumer devices which can measure 15 vitals conditions or 15 disease conditions. The disease conditions were stroke, hypertension, diabetes, and leukocytosis, urinary tract infection, and several of them. So there were totally 300 corporates that competed in the competition. We had Harvard, Stanford, Johns Hopkins. You name any of the top healthcare companies across the globe, they all competed. So after several rounds, they finally selected only top 10 people to build the devices. So we became one among the top 10. And now we are one among the top 7. So in this competition, we are bidding for a $10 million prize. And we are the only ones from India, and all the products we are showcasing in our booth, everything was designed, developed, manufactured in India. So the goal of the competition is to put the preventive measures in the hands of the consumer so that they can measure their vitals regularly and keep a tab on their health. So from 300, we are whittled down to 7, and the winner is going to be announced in 2016. We did all our clinical trials in Sundaram Medical Foundation, and I would like to thank Dr. Parivalavan Rajendran. He was the one who was our primary investigator. Under his supervision, we did all the clinical trials, and successfully we have come out and we have submitted for the Qualcomm. So we have a range of devices. All are portable, wearable devices. You can stop by Moot, and Asha and Akshit, they have been there from the morning, and they can give a complete demo of the product. So the goal is to aim for prevention and ensure the people don't go into a chronic care and try to stop them before it is a cure requirement, but a care requirement. So these are portable devices your patients can use and anybody can use from their home, and all the data goes into the hospital or to the doctor. You can see a demo of it. Since we are running constraint on time, I want to skip few slides very quick. So benefits of our innovation: we want to prevent chronic and lifestyle diseases, and we want to help people lead a happy life. So some of the accomplishments, I'm going to skip it. So I want to end with this slide, takeaways. Garbage in is garbage out. So choose your diet wisely. Junk foods may be tasty, but may not be good. Prevention is always better than cure. saves you from disease burden and limits your out-of-pocket expenses on healthcare. Don't miss on doing master health and preventive health checkups. You can identify the disease condition before they hit you. And always wear helmet and seat belts and contribute effectively to Swachh Bharat campaign. These are all interesting and important campaigns, because if you have a clean and serene environment, we can control diseases, or we can even eradicate many of the diseases, so that we can uphold the statement, prevention is better than cure. And of course, there are many of us here who have designed various devices for monitoring your health at regular intervals. Please take a look, and you can use them in your day-to-day life in order to keep a tab on your health.